It's a boat. This is the deck of cards. They built a boat. These are clock faces. This is a bike. This is the shadow. Someone else riding a bike. It's hard to see from here. This light. Ballpoint pen. This is a little ET-like constellation of things. Tendrils. Gates of Hell. Grill. It's actually just the Esmeralda mirror. Or whatever it's called. Mirror error as desire backwards. Started out as an exercise in drawing crabs, using spheres to make bones, on paper of course. Don't like harming real things. This is like a worm I was thinking of. There's a worm at the bottom of the garden. Who's wiggly woo? And I put those two little alien type things that you would maybe see in the cartoon Futurama. They're always like above watching the Earth from a little spaceship. And then even these things, well, they report home, don't they? Probably they're on a little mission, or they've went rogue, so they've got like people watching over them, like almost dismissingly or like disapprovingly. And these white areas are like paths that lead to them, I guess, through time or whatever, space. The void. This is a little split Lavart face that's unhappy. It's made of like little up and down parts and then like a curved part. Kind of like a heartbeat. It has pulses. These are, oh yeah, this is like, oh, the light bulb goes off. But it's also, if you look close, it's a man carrying a backpack that has like jets coming out from under his armpits. There's the back of his head, he's bald, like me. These are like the shoulder pads that you carry like a school bag, but eyes on the back of your head, right? There's faces everywhere. Yeah, so one out of fart noises out of each pit. This is Bart Simpson with his head exploding. Also having his eye like turned into a ladle by this, I guess, entity out there in the cosmos. And the multi-sketch. This is supposed to be what would we call it? A simulacrum of the Bart face. It's got a similar shape, but it's been turned into just sort of like, this is the torso of a man here, maybe typing on a small teletype or some sort of till receipt machine in a chair. His little docket. Looking out over here into this sphere that's under a vest. It's actually an upside down V. Swirling shapes in the sky. These were supposed to be tusks like elephants. Never forget. It comes round to this weird sort of shape. It's like one of those Simpsons from the Big Les show, bit warped, because the overall thing is obviously derived from a sim style shape, which I never meant to start with. I started with a sphere, I think. Yeah, I just draw a circle and then sort of eat into it as maybe the artist kind of used to do in the past, and came up with the idea of like the torus with the bite mark for The Simpsons. It's kind of like carving out of marble. You see something there, you start with something white, you chip away at it. With a pen you use black obviously, but if you were to use like a tool, you'd be carving you wouldn't be putting black everywhere, you would be revealing something that was already there. So in a way this is kind of like strange. Writing and putting 3D-ness into something flat is kind of strange. It's like evil in a way. It's not real. It's putting something into your head, you have to imagine stuff. But that's part of being human. You got good imaginations, you can follow stories and references. And the same could be said with casting things in stone. People talk of false idols and things. I just call this art or media reference. I'm not particularly religious, but I try to be moral. I don't know what making spooky things and collages is in terms of morality. I guess as long as they're like reference back to where the influences came from, paying homage, whatever. In school they taught us to, like, you always had to make collages and stick things on paper. So we were kind of pushed to make memes in a way. If you abstract that in the next gen. It started out as a little toilet with a flusher, but it became a sock. I don't know if you can see the sock. It's got the front heel and the top. And there was like a little, it was supposed to be a parrot. You know, you get like a parrot on a shoulder of a pirate or something. But I turned its head into just like a big eye. And it's sitting in the toilet that sort of flushes down here, which in turn looks like the hands of the super ego represented as aliens and fucking archetypes. This was kind of like supposed to be me when I was little. I fell off my BMX and fell down the stairs and had to carry my broken forks and stuff home. My bike broke the handles and stuff. But then when you watch like movies and stuff, you got like the A.T. film, and there's that scene where they're sort of going in the dark, and I wanted to do that, but I wanted to make the wheels represent something else, kind of like I've been doing over here. You know, if you look circles within circles, there's usually a new theme within each bulb. Yeah, so these are also kind of like, if you see circles, sometimes they're in conversation with each other where they collide. So these were like two figures, Big Ben and whatever this is. I don't know yet, it's on the other side, the back wheel. And yeah, I kind of like this sort of stuff. This was supposed to be like a little duck face at one point, and this was going to be a hairdo, but once you get rid of some of the dark space, it becomes almost like bone-like without even wanting it to happen. Just that's what this style of black on white does when it fits the theme though. It's consistent. Yeah, I don't know what to do yet with the rest of it. I've got a torch on here because I made cool light on it. Yeah, so I'll give you an update when I do more. I think this is my favourite part, this little guy. Yeah. Because he's like, what? And he's near the top. Bye-bye.